which is published by Jayaveda Maharaj. This project was started, it's not his project, but it's a project serving the devotees. Whoever wants to write an offering to Srila Prabhupada, like the next year, he can access this website, I think, to it, and he can send his offering there. There is minimal censorship, because offerings of a kind of revealing one's personal grievances are not exactly the way to glorify Srila Prabhupada. So, but it's practically anybody who writes finds himself his offering being printed there, plus he will get a copy for free sent to him. So this is just an information. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my dandavats at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. As time is, piece by piece, eating up my body and the bodies of those I depend on spiritually, your eternal presence in the form of your instructions is the only link remaining connecting me to the Supreme Lord. After 40 years of chanting the holy name, I cannot claim any credits. I'm still your bhakta. I joined just yesterday, and I'm desperately clinging to what you gave me, the association of those who struggle to follow your words, those who don't allow themselves to become compromised by anything you didn't give. You gave us everything. What the word everything truly means becomes visible to those who absorb themselves in meditation on your words, your personal form, and your mission. Understanding that you gave everything, for them you become everything. There is nothing left, Srila Prabhupada, than becoming more and more absorbed in what was so dear to you. Your book distribution, your prasadam distribution, and your holy name distribution, and you plan on how to invoke the maximum number of conditioned souls in Krishna consciousness. Reaching an age when there is truly no hope to succeed in any way in the material field, the only path left is the path left behind by your lotus feet. There is nowhere to go and there is nothing more to do. Those who follow in your footsteps are the only friends left. Those who don't are strangers. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for allowing me still to be engaged in your service. Thank you for being so unlimitedly merciful. Others may claim to have heard the sound of Krishna's flute. I am not one of them. I can only hear daily your wonderful voice, praying that next lifetime I may again be one of your book distributors. Please, I beg you, allow me to serve you life after life. Your unworthy servant, Manikandas. So Prabhupada ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada, on behalf of His Holiness Radhanath Swami, our disciple, read his offering to you. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namane Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachare Sutarini. Dear Srila Prabhupada, earlier this year at Keshigat in Vrindavan, on a beautiful decorated rowboat in the Yamuna river, we offered your beloved daughter Yamuni Devi's ashes into the sacred current. With tears of both separation and gratitude, I felt that moment to be inconceivable, yet an intimate offering to you. She had dedicated every detail of her life to please you, and has surely entered into the realm of your eternal servitude. Etched deeply in my soul is that moment in 1977, when I received the news that you had physically left us. The world seemed to have fallen into an abyss of heartbreak and confusion. What were we to do without your smile of encouragement, your gaze of resolve, or the knowledge that you were coming to see us to accept our offerings? Over time, we are realizing the sweetness of service and separation and feeling your divine grace guiding, protecting, and empowering us to serve in ways that are beyond our imagination. Your divine grace is especially present in your books, the project you inspired, and the heart of those who loved you. As the years pass, more and more of your followers, loving followers, are disappearing from this world and entering the realm of your eternal service. With the loss of these blessed souls, we are left in an immersed void that can only be overcome by relishing our complacency and wholeheartedly taking shelter of you, Srila Prabhupada, by hearing your words, chanting Krishna's names, and serving your mission. I have come to realize that your presence is especially felt when I can sincerely appreciate the sacrifice of those devotees who have been in touch and inspired by your divine grace. I pray to forever remain the servant of your beloved servants. Radha Swami.
Next, Kumagora will come and read Jagatak Swami's offering.
My dear spiritual father, Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, please accept my respectful obeisances. Recently I was thinking how you have delivered Lord Chaitanya's process all over the world, to every continent of the world, how you represented Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with so much mercy. I also could not help but think how you lived and gave us instructions to satisfy the previous acharyas. You said that the secret of success is to satisfy the previous acharyas. That's how you led your life. You connected us to the disciplic succession through the previous acharyas. The process of Krishna consciousness is to practice very carefully, being completely Krishna conscious, and to give our homages and respects to the previous acharyas. His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells us that to establish a higher standard of deity worship around the world, it is essential to have second initiated devotees or brahmanas. He taught us that the qualities of a brahmana are included in the qualities of a Vaishnava. That is, that a genuine Vaishnava is automatically a brahmana. Thus he awarded his strict disciples who had been born in lower castes the sacred thread, which is Upanayanam or Yajna Upavit. You followed in his footsteps when you gave second initiations to Westerners and established a high standard of deity worship. Srila Prabhupada, you have told us that we should also meditate on the previous acharyas at the time of Vyasa Puja and disappearance festivals. Last year I was meditating on you. This year I wanted to meditate on you and the 4 immediate previous spiritual masters. But it has not been possible so far to get a satisfactory Bengali poem written. So I am writing my realizations here and will try to get the poem done as quickly as possible. You have dedicated your life to following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. May we also be empowered to practice Krishna consciousness in such a way that we will be able to follow you and thus follow the previous acharyas through your mercy. I remember a class you gave in Mayapur in which you told us how each of the previous 4 acharyas made some practical contribution to developing the holy Dham of Navadvip and the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, and how you also were trying to do something for the holy Dham, following in their footsteps, and how you were grateful to all the devotees who were helping you. Then you choked up and couldn't speak anymore. In this way and other ways, we can see how the previous acharyas prepared the world for your arrival, so you could spread Lord Chaitanya's message and the holy name all over the world. May we always be surrendered at your lotus feet and try to satisfy you. In this way, the previous acharyas and Lord Krishna will be satisfied and our life will be perfect. A soul surrendered to your lotus feet, Jayapataka Swami.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, the founder and child of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. For many years we have used the term founder Acharya without being aware from the full importance of the term. Recently, your dear disciple Ravindra Swarup Prabhupada recited the topic of the part of his servant on the GBC and the compiled a presentation under the subject that was backed up by reason on the historical use of them. He discussed the ordinary founder Acharya in our 4 Vaisnava Sampradayas. The descendant from Lakshmi, Rama, the 4 Kumaras and Siva. Then he presented their mood. Then he presented their model for founder Acharya, Sri Ramanuja, Sri Madhava and Sri Nipakara and Sri Vishnu Swami. He showed that through his present that Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur did not use the term for himself, but planned to use it once he traveled to the West, which never happened. Srila Prabhupada, you carried out the plan for your spiritual masters, established Krishna consciousness where there have been no. You fulfill Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur presentation that Krishna consciousness would spread throughout the entire world. Jeg kan ikke huske, hvad det hvad forkortelsen det er. To every town and village. You lay the groundwork and provide the inspiration for their construction of the temple of the Vedali Planetarium, which is fulfillment for the previous Acharya plans to demonstrate to the entire world that Sridhar Mayapur is the entire point. Ravindra Swarup Prabhu used the term Prota for our vocal back to Goloka Vrindavan. Hence, it is perfectly apparent for your name to appearing among the names of your other illustrious founder Acharya Vindaswararup Prabhu stated at the fifth founder Acharya for the Iron Age Yoga, Kali Yoga. It is inspired realization. It is an inspiring realization as I hear the glorification for you based on the history of the spiritual reference. My enthusiasm for serving your divine grace increase exponentially. I am thankful to you for allowing me to associate with such exalted God brothers who is fixed in their determination to serve your lotus feet. Please allow me always to associate with the great soul who are dedicated to serve your. Allow me to serve your mission eternally and allow me to inspire others to serve your mission. Your eternal servant, dear Krishna Das Goswami.
Next, Madam Srila, who will read the Sanghya Prabhu's offering.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, my dear Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, my dear Srila Prabhupada. You so kindly touched my heart, blessed me with transcendental knowledge, made my miseries depart. You attracted the millions to your dear most sweet Lord, the Supreme Person Krishna, whom you so adore. You constantly travel the entire world, getting everyone to see that chanting the names of the Lord with love is that way that we'll be free. You taught us the art of dying, since indeed all things must pass, until the soul returns home, back to Godhead at last. Your Bhagavad Gita, as it is, gets the message through, that we've got to get out of this selfish place by Lord Sri Krishna's grace. I'm so sad that you've departed, but then someday so will I. I'm looking forward to being with you in that wondrous spiritual sky. Your hearts intensely weeping for the suffering human race, your inconceivable mercy is getting us out of this dark place. You're leading the world out of the chaos with your teachings so sublime, bringing back the Vedic age, incredible sublime. His grace, Shangashan Das Trikari.
So that's the offerings from the rich offerings we have received. But did I miss anyone who has this. So, the Krishna Prabhu will read the offering of the two Maharas. Sorry for missing that.
Dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most respectful obeisances at the dust of your divine lotus feet. During my first meeting with you, you asked me to translate your books into Bengali. It was such a display of your causeless mercy upon this fallen soul. That service allowed me to approach you at any time and eventually enabled me to become your secretary for Indian affairs. Those engagements expanded further into cooking for you and taking care of your various other needs. I was not only busy throughout the day, but also was able to be with you at night. Someone had to be with you all the time, and my shift was from midnight till 2. So many nights, when you could not sleep, you spoke and I listened with rapt attention. I remember one night in Vrindavan, a profound stillness prevailed everywhere, and from a distance we could hear the sound of a kirtan softly floating through the serene silence of the night. You said, "This is India. Wherever you go, you can hear the chanting of the holy music." You kept on speaking about the glory of this land. How fortunate are those who got the human form of life in this holy land. Even the demigods pray to Krishna that if they have any piety left, then in exchange they desire to take birth in this holy land. Then you described how in the age of Kali everything turns upside down. The most holy places and the most exalted people become the first targets of Kali. This is why India is in such a pathetic state today. This most glorious land has become most degraded, and the most exalted people have become most foul. The Brahminical culture has become a rather demonic culture in the form of the caste system. That is why you had to go to the West, to the most degraded part of the world, to start your Krishna consciousness movement. To counteract Kali's influence, you started your mission from the extreme opposite end. Kali captured the place that used to be the center of the spiritual culture of this world. And therefore you decided to form your army from all over the world and move into that capital of Kali to eventually crush him along with all his associates: lust, greed, anger, illusion, envy and pride. Then you assured me that in this battle Kali would not be able to win, because victory is always there for Krishna and his devotees. No matter how formidable our enemy may appear, we are fighting for Krishna, and therefore our victory is guaranteed. Another time, again, when you could not sleep later one night, you were sitting up on your bed and I was massaging your feet. You just started to speak. There is so much to do and I am unable to do anything because of my bad health. I tried to console you, saying, "Srila Prabhupada, what you have done is inconceivable. No one has ever achieved what you have. Now you should just relax." You replied, "No, what I have done so far is just 50%. The other 50% is to establish the Varnas and Dharma. It is not that everyone will become a devotee. those who won't become devotees, for them we need Varnashram. It is not that everyone will be able to surrender to Krishna completely. Those who will act according to the modes of material nature, for them we need Varnashram. You continue to speak. I understood some of what you said, but most of it flew well above my head. But today, so many years later, many realizations are beginning to dawn on me about what you said. ISKCON is here to establish pure devotional service. However, everyone will not be able to come to that very lofty spiritual standard. In fact, most of the people in this world will not be able to follow the four regulative principles, chant 16 rounds of the Mahamantra every day. Rather, they will opt for a life of fruitive work and sense gratification. For them, the spiritual structure of Varnashram Dharma will be absolutely necessary. In due course of time, the Krishna consciousness movement will spread all over the world to every town and every village. At that time, the Vedic culture must be established everywhere. And Varnashram Dharma will be the means by which the entire human society will be structured according to that spiritual principle. And in that structure, the Krishna consciousness movement will be situated as its crowned glory. That is the only achievement that can ever come anywhere near matching your accomplishment. What will the world look like at that time? The powerful and righteous Kshatriya kings will be ruling the world with a single sovereign head as the ruler of the entire planet. They will execute the royal responsibilities of protecting and guiding the society under the direction of qualified brahmanas, the devotees of ISKCON. The Vyasas will cater to the needs of society based on the abundant gifts of Mother Nature, through cow protection and organic farming. And the working class, the Sudras, will not be exploited through a heartless money-making racket, but will be taken care of by the senior members of the society, just as the elder brothers, they take care of the younger ones. Srila Prabhupada, I do not know how much effort it will take to bring all this about, for how many generations, but I am confident that it will happen. And to make it happen, you have given us ISKCON, a perfect arrangement to continue your mission. Please allow me to become an insignificant part of that arrangement forever. Your eternal servant.